Hi, Jack Canfield here with another success resource. I'm here with Paige Olson, and I have to say, I've been interviewing people today, and I'm going to open a museum called National Treasures, and you're another one. These are amazing people, and you are someone who helps people use compassion and insight to inspire and help others foster individual growth and development in an understanding, unhurried, and unstructured creative play environment. Now, that's what you wrote. But what I think is amazing about you is that you have been able to find a way to take normal stuff, everyday things, and create environments for kids to play. And as an adult, I want to play too.
That's the neat part about it.
It is. Yeah. To really help develop the other half of the brain that our culture is pretty much ignoring now because of our big influence, our big emphasis on education and mental capacity, right, mathematics and logic and all that. So talk a little bit about what you do, how you came to do it, and then let's take a little look at some of what you do, okay?
Well, what I do is creative play, and it's creating communication, and it's getting the parent and the child to build a relationship. And really how I came about doing that was the birth of my first child. Mm-hmm. And they put that child in my arms, and you count the fingers and toes like any parent does. But then, and I don't know why, I looked down at that child and I said, "Who are you?" I said, "Who are you?" And I made him a promise. I mean, each one of my children, I made him a promise that as they grow up, it was my promise that I would guide them to figure out who they were. And I don't mean, what organization they fit into and all this kind of stuff. I mean, how do you think? How do you engage? How do you learn? What are your interests, strengths? Where are your challenges? And then I was going to, as a gift to them, I was going to help them get to know themselves.
That's way cool. Well, I saw some pictures earlier today of your son who was, I don't know, 2 at the time or something like that, close, yeah, dressed up like a little fireman, and now I think he's 20 or something.
21.
21, and he's in a full fireman's uniform. Mm-hmm. And each of your kids, they almost declared themselves at a very young age, because you got pictures of them when they're 2 and 3. I think your daughter is now studying to be an EMT. Yeah. And she was playing little nurse and so forth when she was younger. So by the way, if reincarnation exists, I'm coming back as your kid next lifetime, I swear to God. I would have loved to have grown up in your house.
Well, I have to tell you, one thing that I did do as I grew up, I did memory books. Uh-huh. And one of the gifts they gave as they got older was every year they would take pictures, mm-hmm, and they would say, "This is who I am this year. These are my interests. This is my color choice. These are the things I do." And they would put this book together and tie it up with ribbon, and they would give it to grandma and grandpa and aunts and uncles, and it helped them identify who they were, but helped share with those that loved them where they were in their life. And today they look back at those and they go, wow, and they can see the progression or see something fall off, and it just helped them with that identification.
Well, I saw these pictures, which I'm totally blown away by, and you had kids playing with PVC pipe and making caves and helicopters, yeah, and couches that were turned into bulldozers and tents. So I know you've got some boxes over here. Show us. You went to my kitchen, I think.
I went to your kitchen today, yeah, and I went in and I said, "Hey, I've got this interview with Jack Canfield this evening, and I need boxes and make this interactive." And it was actually suggested by another member. You got to do. And so they brought me this. They were more than happy to bring me boxes. They brought me boxes and string and scissors and a box cutter, which I would never give kids. And so with that, we have these wonderful boxes here. And here is your boat. Okay, sit in it, you can row, you can be a paddleboard. If you're a little kid, you can play hide and seek. I put this string on so you can tow it, you can load it down with your stuff, and you can tow it, you can pull it, it can be a sled, it can be all kinds of things. So that's one, simple. We can get a little bit more complicated, and this one, this is really complicated. So what I did is I cut out the sides here and scarred it here. And all you do is you put your favorite toys in here and you bring it together like so. And now you've got a treasure box, and you can tow, or you can kick, tie it up better and kick it around or put it in a parachute. But anyway, it's just this very neat goodie box. Again, decorate it, whatever. But that's a box.
Very cool.
And then this last one, and you can also take all of these and you can tie them all together and make a train.
Very
You know,
good.
you just with the string and you tie them together. Now this one has two purposes. This one, first of all, can be a landing craft.
An LST.
An LST. So here's your landing craft, and so your son or whatever is in here, and they can pull themselves in like so, and pretend like they're going to shore and kick it open, and then out they go. But it could also, I put a cord on the front here to show, it could also be your favorite roll around pony. You stick it in here, and you pull up the trailer door, and then you are the whatever, and you tow your trailer to its new destination for you.
And all this is just from a fruit box. It's probably from, what's it, Walmart or one of those kind of places.
You can go to the grocery store and say, hey, you got any boxes? And, you know, string and a pair of scissors to build the holes.
Yeah.
And that's it. And you get hours of play, and let their imagination run wild.
That's so cool. And we were talking off camera too about Dr. Ben Carson, who I know is one of the top top surgeon in the world. I think he does brain surgery, neurosurgery. But anyway, I met him at a conference, and he come up with inventions. And he said that the reason is because he had to make these kind of things to play with. So his ability to create was developed. Now we're giving these kids these toys that have batteries in them. You just sit there and look at them, or you know, you're not really developing your.
I call them dead end toys. That's my code for them. It's dead end toys. If you got a pile of toys in the corner your kid played with for less than 2 or 3 days, and they were done with it, it means that it had no imagination value. They got everything out of it they could have. There's a confined space that you can use it in, and they're done. And you can put thousands of dollars in that corner. Go to Home Depot, go to Lowe's, go to your fabric store, go to your garden store, and find things that can be so engaging and fun. I mean, even the trip to the store can be a hoot, absolute hoot.
Well, I just had my first grandson last year. He's now about 15 months old, something like that.
He's ready.
And I'm telling you, my son and daughter are going to find out about your website, and they're going to start. I'm going to take them boxes now instead of other things I might have taken them. So for people that want to find out about how to do this, because I know you have like millions of ideas people can do with this, where do they go? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, my website, which is Page, P-A-G-Olson, O-L-S-O-N.com. You can go to my website. I do have a consulting thing that is going to be established here within the next 2 days. They can contact me that way, take a survey, and they can contact me through that. I also have other ways to contact me on that website. I'd be happy to consult with people or talk to groups of people. You know, this is my passion.
I know, I can tell.
I want to bring it back. I want to see kids doing this. I hate it when you walk in a house and mom and dad and all the kids are going like this. And what they're doing is texting each other.
Right.
And let's have a conversation. Let's get up and let's enjoy others' company and help our children get to know who they are.
Very good. So Page-Olson, O-L-S-O-N.com.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So literally, not only for your kids, for me, I wanted to get some toy soldiers, and we'll take over an island in the Pacific with our landing craft here. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate you for being on this segment with me. And for those of you watching, stay tuned. We'll be back right after this break.